It's the FA Cup first round proper now, and we have a massive away day. Derby County at Pride Park, and whilst they are literally way out of our league, this one is going to do us a world of good with the juicy finances involved. Now, whilst we've gone some way towards sorting out our finances in the recent past, this one comes in good time. Our overall balance currently sits at £89,374, but the projection does show that we will be in the red at the end of the season. Now, the cash injection from this match against Derby is going to do us a world of good, as I mentioned, and hopefully that sees us progress even further into the next season. Now, the match against Derby will be the first of two in this episode, with the next being a top-of-the-table clash against Chester, who lie just 2 points above us. And of course, a win at home would mean that we shoot to the top of the table after some very good recent form. Now, we'll have a look at the recent form along with a number of staff changes that were made ahead of those two matches, and then hopefully also spend just a little bit of the money that Derby make for us. So let's roll the intro and get properly stuck in. So here's the recent results then, and we're just going to spend about a minute or so on it to save it from being a super long episode. Now, if you are a fan of the highlights that we usually drop at the start of the episodes, please let me know in the comments, so I'll keep it coming. Now, after one draw, we followed it up with 5 clean wins, a lot of goals scored, and we're going to pop into that result against South Shields. And as you can see, we absolutely slapped these 18 shots at 12 on target, an XG of 3.09, and 7 goals scored. It was 6-1 at halftime, and it looked like it was going to be an absolute mauling. I was expecting 10, but we ended at 7, and I was thankful for it regardless. Jack Barr, Teddy Rowe, Kai Willard-Innocent, Tom Nixon, and Malise Asamoah all on the score sheet. We found ourselves in something of a very rich vein of form, scoring goals for fun, and we continue that again and again. And whilst the 3-0 against Banbury to close off this run looks quite similar to the rest, it was actually quite different. We started with that 4-4-2 from last season with a heavily rotated side and one new signing in Chai Ezenolim, or Chi Ezenolim, or however the hell you say his name. So we finally managed to get in a second left back, and in fact, he's actually a little bit better than Kai Willard-Innocent. So he comes in at 23 years old on a wage of £210 per week, a 3.5-star current ability with a 4.5-star potential. He looks fair value for money, and I think he's going to go quite well for us. And what this means is that the squad finally looks fairly decent. 25 players with a number of replacements for all the positions now, with us finally having 2 left backs as I just mentioned, and some dustings of class in Tom Nixon, Teddy Rowe, and Mbuya Alemanji. Now, there was one more signing that I brought in just for a bit of experience, and Rory Deacon it was. So he can play across the front line, and he comes in at 33 years old on a wage of £300. He's slightly better than both Malise Asamoah and Jack Barr on both wings, and I think that little bit of depth and quality experience will come in handy for us going through the season. Now, I've made sure that this is just a 1-year contract, so we do not have an issue getting rid of him at the end of the season, and that definitely is the plan. Looking forward, we do need to sign better, but better that is younger, so that we can ensure as we rise up through the divisions, we don't have an issue of constantly needing to replace players. Now, talking about replacements, we have made wholesale changes to the staff. Now, some of you might remember this from a previous episode. Now, we've still got that issue with our coaches. We currently have 4, and the board will only allow 2. And after numerous requests to increase that number, it just has not worked. No poor thus far, and we are not getting anywhere with that. Now, the plan is definitely not to give up, and we will persist until we get all of these staff rankings amongst the highest in the Vanarama National League North. Now, thankfully, we kept trying because finally we can have 5 coaches. After some discussions with the board, they've finally given in, and that has allowed me to do an overhaul, replacing all the duds that we had. So let's start off by looking at Jim McNulty, our brand new assistant manager, who comes in with a pretty similar style to myself, preferring a 4-2-3-1 formation with an adventurous playing mentality and mixed marking style. Now, he has a level of discipline of just 8, which is a bit of a problem, but the rest looks quite good. People management of 13, determination of 15, judging players of 8, and some fair attributes in terms of his coaching. Good defensively, and I think he will be a solid defensive coach for us in the interim. Now, he signed on a 2-year contract and is a definite upgrade on what we had. Now, moving on, we made 3 more changes to the coaching staff, with the first being Chris Beardsley, who comes in as the fitness coach with a fitness attribute of 10. So not the greatest in the world, but definitely an improvement yet again. Now, he joins Kevin Horlock, who comes in with some very sound mental attributes, determination of 14, level of discipline of 13, and motivating of 12. to go with his people management of 16. Some fair coaching attributes to back that, and I think he's definitely going to help improve how training goes about at this club. Now, the last of the coaching additions was Giles Coke, and he too comes in some very sound mental attributes. Determination of 18, level of discipline of 12, to go with these tactical and defending attributes of 8, and working with youngsters of 13. So very, very, very decent all round in terms of the coaching signings. We've also made some improvements in terms of our performance analysts, with 2 new faces arriving in that department. Johnny Williams, with an analyzing data of 7 and tactical knowledge of 11, comes in to join his new boss, Michael Harvey, who comes in with an analyzing data of 10, tactical knowledge of 8, judging playability of 8, and a determination of 10 to go with his 15 level of discipline. So hopefully all of these new signings gel pretty well, and the performance or coaching side of things is well taken care of. Now, there's just one that we still need to replace, and that is one Tim Holland, who unfortunately is the best that we can do right now in terms of a goalkeeping coach. So I've looked quite a bit and haven't been able to find anything better, but yet again, we will stick with that until we get it done. Now, as I mentioned in the previous episode as well, we do need to get a little bit of analysis done on this team one more time. And with a new analyst in, it might be just that little bit better. So in the next episode, we definitely are going to do an analysis deep dive yet again. But now that all of this is out the way, let's get stuck in to that match against Derby County. So here we go then, and the lineup is pretty much selected itself on form. We start with our 4-2-3-1, and the plan is to attack. Now, I don't expect a result against Derby County, and if it does turn into something of a bloodbath, we will switch up to that 4-4-2. We do have some options on the bench. So let's head to the sideline and I'll catch you there. So we come up against a 4-2-3-1 from Derby County, and they currently lie 4th in League 1. This is way above our class, but we're going to go ahead and give this a try and see how it goes. The kickoff then, and some early ball. Just got to keep it here, play some simple football, and maybe get just a bit lucky. Corner then, whipped in. Comes out to Jack Barr, who finds Ezenolam, and it's bound all the way back to Lindsay. Recycled by Teddy Rowe here. Can he find a pass? Out to Burgess and back to Ezenolam. Whipped out to Barr. Can he find a cross? No, he doesn't. Back to our new left back, and he whoops one in now towards Asamoah, but the keeper Holden holds on well. Holden then goes with a big kick over the top. Won by Levi Ando, but straight to the attacker, and Brown is tackled by Burgess there. Gibson Hammond with a chance, and he slots early to put us 1-0 down in just the 3rd minute. A little bit of sloppy play at the back there, and it has absolutely got us. So more possession for Derby early on here, and are they going to punish us yet again? Fauna with a shot that's claimed by Dennis Wall. So a corner now, and Derby continue with this early dominance. Ooh, massive save from Dennis Wall there. Wow. Big ball over the top from Levi Ando. Aimless there, and it doesn't find a breaks player. Breaks free to Derby now on the wing. Nice tackle by Leo Black, but yet again they keep finding the second ball, and it's 2-0 out of absolutely nothing. So attack hasn't worked at all. We're now getting slapped very early into this one, and we're going to have to make some changes just to keep some pride here at Pride Park. So we've changed the mentality and a bit of the instructions to the same thing that we usually use in the 4-4-2, but we've retained the formation, so still a 4-2-3-1 here, just because none of the players that we had on the pitch could support Alamanji up top. Now Teddy Rowe stays in the cam, and here a free kick. Oh my word, that was an absolute nothing chance, and it's turned into yet another goal. This is turning into an absolute drubbing. So half-time then, and a clear gulf in class. Leo Black is having an absolute mare here, a rating of 5.9, and that will be a sub at half-time. Let's head over to the second half and see if anything improves. So 2 changes at half-time, then Ollie Robinson coming on for Burgess and Cody Pennington coming on for Leo Black. Let's see if anything improves in the second half. We are going to play with a balanced mentality for now and see if we can retain just a bit more ball and not catch it 6 or 7 here. A Derby chance yet again early into the half. Cuts out there by Levi Ando quite nicely. And he's found the ball yet again and now knocked it over the top and finds nobody. Recycle very quickly from Derby, and a big effort, and everything seems to be going in here. 5 shots on target, now 6, and 4 hitting the back of the net. Not an ounce of complacency from Derby here. They are literally just gunning and gunning again. Lindsay yet again with a chance, finds Brown, and a wonderful save from Dennis Wall keeps it down to just 4. Now Fleming finds the ball in the wing. Look back to Barnes. Patient stuff from Derby here. They are literally just toying with us. It's quite harsh there, lads. Pennington wins the ball to Ando. Now Rowe, a little bit of a counter. Maybe, no. Bad pass. Teddy, Rowe, what are you doing? You're supposed to be the best player on this team. And it leads to a counter. Richards off the bar and 5. So the rest of the changes made then. Kai Willett, Innocent, Rory Deacon, and Henry Landers come on. And we switch back to that 4-4-2. Now, can we see out the rest of the game? A 5-0 is an absolute drubbing. But, as we mentioned at the outset, this was never going to go particularly well. I just did not expect it to go this bloody horrible. So into the last few seconds, Lindsay with a big shot, and it comes off the bar to leave it at 5-0, and that is that. Boy, oh boy, we have been smashed off the park here by Derby. But thankfully, all of this is going to give us just a little bit of bank to make us feel a tad better. So in between games here, and a quick update, our overall balance now sits at £276,235, 245,718 of those coming from the gate receipts from that game against Derby County, and that much needed cash injection that we spoke about is here. Now, we did try to ask the board for a few things on the back of this, and the first of which was an improvement to the training facilities. This was rejected flat out and a no, could not even discuss it. Then we asked for improving the youth recruitment, and that did turn into something green. They accepted that after some discussion, and over time, the networking will be upgraded to operate on a fairly basic level now. So that out the way, let's head to the next one then against Chester. And with a harrowing defeat against Derby in our rear now, let's put them to the sword and hopefully jump to the top of the table. So we go with pretty much the same side that we started against Derby County with 2 changes. Henry Landers comes in for Alan Manji and Pennington comes in for Leo Black on the back of some shocking performances. Now, to be fair, the whole team didn't play well, and hopefully they turn that around today and show us just why we are riding close to the top of the table. So Chester come into this one with a 4-4-2 diamond, and as such I have edited the instructions just a bit to focus our attacks down the wings. Now, we might be forced to shift into a different formation in this one, and it might serve us a bit better to go 2 up top and play with some heavy wing play. We'll see how this one starts and then go from there. So 20 minutes in and not much doing yet. And now we have a corner from Pennington. Whooped in. Ooh, Nixon finds the ball yet again. Back to Pennington, and Levi Ando hits the bar. This one nodded away yet again, and another corner. A corner then for Chester into the 28th minute here. Whooped in, almost finding Rooney there. Edwards and then Catton. And that one is not just wide. A corner then, and Weeks with it. Whooped in. Finds Rooney, and a bunch of deflections later, and another corner. A big ball out from the keeper then, and Henry Landers finds it. Jack Barr, and a good ball across the field. And Nixon knocks it to Josh Smith. Very nice play here. Finds Jack Barr, who's clearly onside. 3rd goal of the season, and that puts us in the lead. So we finally make full use of the width. We've been forced to play quite narrow from the average positions that I saw on that little chart. I'll show you now. But Josh Smith overlapping pretty well there. Finding Barr in the middle of the box and tapped in. Levi Ando going out wide to Willard Innocent, who started ahead of Ezenolum today. He finds Jack Barr and back to Willard Innocent. Does he have a shot here? What a finish. Kai Willard Innocent popping up with the goods here, and definitely popping his name in a hat here, saying, you brought in a new left back, but I am number 1. Ball into the centre then with Rooney, and now Catton breaking free of Levi Ando, laying it off, and some neat passing on the edge of our area here before Levi Ando whips that one wide. And Weeks again held on to by Wall. As I mentioned a bit earlier, the average positions, as you can see here from this little map, we have been forced quite narrow and we haven't been able to go out wide too much. There's a bit of a hot zone on both wings, but not as much as I would like to see. It was half time then, and 5 shots with an XG of 1.5, been pretty good value for our 51% possession. Not the greatest overall, but hopefully we can kick on from this lead and come out firing in the second half. The second half's underway then, and some early ball in our half. Just knocking it around, getting a feel for things. We create a chance here, no, cuts out by Weeks. There's some ball for Chester here deep into their half, knocking it around. The heat map definitely does show that we've been playing with more width, but now a chance, and Dennis Wall comes up with a save with his feet. David De Gea style there and doing quite well. Now the corner that comes after, will that pose yet another threat? Nodded out pretty well, and then somehow falling to them and nodded over. So yet another corner then, and Willard Innocent whips one in. Willard Innocent yet again. Does he have a shot? Ooh, palmed over. And a great chance. Now a throw deep into the half, and Asamoah finds it. Whooped in, Jack Barr slotting perfectly. Headed down into the bottom corner, and that makes it 3-0. We are well and truly sailing now. I've just said that we're sailing in our Chester, possibly with a chance. Keeping the ball deep into their half, progressing it forward fairly well. Now Rooney with the ball. Knocked to the middle with Walters. Now Norton. Back to Rooney, and he's probably going to have a shot here. Dennis Wall comes up with yet another save. Corner then whooped in. Nodded by Murray, and back to Weeks. Finds Catton, who volleys just over. We're going to go ahead and make some subs now. Salamanji and Black coming on to redeem themselves now with a 3-0 up. Whipped out to Asamoah here. And the ball knocked back over the top and finds Levi Ando. Now Dennis Wall finds Nixon, who's picked up something of a knock, and we're going to go ahead, not take too many risks, and bring on Ezenolum at right back. Alamanji now with a chance, and he slots wide after a deflection. So let's see how Ezenolum copes playing out of position at right back. And now a chance for Chester on that very wing. Walters to Jacob, knocked in. Dennis Wall comes out and claims very nicely. And we recycle this into something of a chance. Dilly-dallies, and now a big ball over the top. Barr there, wins it, finds Black and then Smith. Willard Innocent now finds the ball to Jack Barr yet again. Finds Josh Smith, and a good strike, just going ever so closely to that bottom right-hand corner. Leo Black then with the ball in the midfield, finding Barr, and now good through ball to Alamanji. Can he slot? Goes for the place finish, and Hewitt holds on very nicely. Semenyo now with a throw-in, whoop to Walters. Finds Rooney with a big strike, and Wall goes and makes a top-quality save. Weeks then with the ball at the corner, whipped in towards Rooney yet again. A lot of chances, and Wall tips that one over. So we've done well to keep a 3-goal lead here with all the corners that we've conceded. Another one whipped in now, and Semenyo finds the ball to Catton, and another deflection, this time off his own player for a goal kick. Just a couple minutes left then, and looks like we've wrapped this one up. Willard Innocent now with a throw to Smith. Finds him yet again, and then Leo Black. Dilly-dallying on the ball, and a pass all the way back to the keeper. What on earth are you doing, son? Finds Burgess then, and then Levi Ando. Cody Pennington now to Asamoah, a bit better with the progression here. Ezenolum breaking down the wing. Whooped in with his right foot, finding Alamanji, who volleys just wide. A lovely effort then, a great cross on the weaker foot of Chai Ezenolum. Into the dying seconds then, and this one looks done. Back to the keeper, knocked out to Burke. The ref blows, and that is it. A clean 3-0 win there. A lot of corners conceded, but otherwise that was amazing. We've done great to come back after that pathetic defeat against Derby, and we have finally put down a marker for our aspirations for the season, and that is definitely a promotion push. Now with all of this done, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We will go again in the FA Trophy and some league matches as well. I'll play a few behind the scenes and then catch you again. If you've enjoyed this one, drop a like, leave a comment and let me know what you think of it. If there are any changes you would like to see made, and of course, if you would like to see those highlights at the start of the episodes yet again. Now also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to stay tuned for more. You can also follow me on Instagram and X. But until the next one, please take care, and laka check you. Bye!